Hi, I'm Beck and Food's My Life. Now, if you're a bit of a curry connoisseur and you've eaten a lot of curries in your time, you'll know that in the Indian and Sri Lankan cuisine, there's lots of side accompaniments that come with your rice and curry meal. Well, today I'm going to teach you one of the best all-time accompaniments in the Sri Lankan cuisine, and it's coming right up. So the dish I'm making today is called Pol Sambol. In the Sri Lankan language, pol means coconut. So it's a coconut sambol that you eat alongside your curry and rice meal. If you know anyone who's ever travelled to Sri Lanka, they'll always say, "Oh, we ate the Pol Sambol, it's brilliant." So today you're going to learn how to make this really tasty little side dish. First of all, we need coconut. So ideally this recipe needs to be made with fresh coconut. And this here is a coconut scraper, a little machine that Mum brought over from Sri Lanka, and it's perfect for scraping fresh coconut. I don't expect you guys to scrape fresh coconut, so I will tell you how to do this recipe using desiccated coconut. So I've used Mum's coconut scraper, and this is what we've got out of one coconut. So that's 275 grams of coconut. Now, if you're going to do this recipe with desiccated coconut, use 275 grams of desiccated coconut. But you can't use it dry, you'll need to soften it slightly. So the way that Mum does this is she puts it in a bowl and then she'll top it just with a little bit of warm coconut milk to soften it and soak it a little bit until it will naturally fluff up like the fresh coconut does, just like this. So first let me walk you through some of the ingredients. So on this plate I have 1 Roma tomato, finely chopped. I have 1 large brown onion. Here I have the baby curry leaves, and that's probably just a really generous pinch of baby curry leaves. I have 3 cloves of garlic, finely chopped, half a teaspoon of black peppercorns, and 2 green chilies, roughly chopped because it's about to go into my mortar and pestle to pound it. We're going to make a bit of a paste. Over in this little dish, I've got 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Of course, you can always adapt to your liking, how much heat you want. I've got 2 generous teaspoons of paprika. Now that's for colour, to give this a lovely red colour. And you can always add more as you go if you want to deepen that red colour. And here I have 2 generous teaspoons of something called Maldive fish. Now let me explain that to you. So I buy my Maldive fish in packets from any good Indian grocery store. Now what it is essentially is dried fish in little chips, broken up little pieces of dried fish. And then what we do is we put this in our grinder and we grind it up so that it becomes even finer. So it's fishy in taste, but when you add it to everything else, it adds a brilliant flavour. So the first ingredients I'm going to add to my mortar and pestle is the harder ingredients. So my half a teaspoon of black peppercorns, my green chilies, my baby curry leaves, nice tender ones, and that garlic, so 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to pop that in here and give it a bit of a pounding. So the idea is we're mushing that all up together, bit of a paste sort of going on in here, making a bit of a paste, and it's releasing all those flavours. So that's the consistency we're after. I've pounded that down, there's little bits of chunks, but we're ready for the next stage. Okay, so now I'm going to add most of my onion, most of my tomato. Thing is, I want to reserve some of that onion and some of that tomato because I'm going to put that in at the end just to have a few little chunky bits throughout the Pol Sambol. So most of that can go in now. And I'm going to tip those flavours in now too. The chili, the paprika, and the Maldive fish chips. Give it another good pounding. And this is the consistency we're after. So it's a bit slushy, but there's still quite significant chunks in there, and it's quite wet. Okay, now we're going to add all those beautiful ingredients to our fresh coconut. And we're going to stir that in together. At this stage, just to help it mix well, I'm going to add a squeeze of lemon. It's important that we have the right balance of heat and tang. That tartness is really important in Pol Sambol. So a bit of a squeeze as you go. Now, Pol Sambol is really all about tasting as you go. Having a little taste, nut needs more salt. Little taste, nut, more lemon, more chili. So although I've given you some measurements, really from here on in, it's to your liking. Okay, so for example, that's coming together quite nicely, but I don't think it's red enough, so I'm going to add some more paprika to the mix. I'm going again. I like my Pol Sambol to be nice and red. I'm happier with the colour now. I'm going to add those chunky bits of onion and tomato. Mix that through. Now, so important to taste as you go. More salt. Okay, so I've added a bit more lemon and I've added another half a teaspoon of salt, and now, that is just perfect. I wish I could give you a sample. If you haven't experienced Pol Sambol, you have to. This stuff, you eat it with your rice and curry on the side, and it makes your meal moreish. You just want to keep on eating more and more. This is so savoury, it's tangy, it's spicy. It's unbelievable. And you know what? If I have this in the fridge, I have it on my toast in the morning. I have it in jaffles with cheese. You could even make pizza dough and top this on your pizza just for something different. A spicy kind of different pizza. It is versatile and it's something you have to experience. So, Pol Sambol, you've got to give it a go, guys. Now it's your turn. Please go to the description box below. Find my website link. Go there, get the recipe and do it for yourself. You are going to love it. Eat it with your rice, dal and curry. Perfect. Don't forget to like and share my videos and subscribe. See you later.